Well, hello everybody. So we're back with another. I was a teenage colonist. Okay. So first of all, just Happy New Year. Okay. It is the second after all. Some of you may still be on the first. Okay. So we're at age 19. Like the game told us that the game will end at age 20. Okay. So but as much as we've seen how the story goes, there's gonna be bad things that are gonna happen here. Okay, so by the first flashback, we've seen like the whole place is gonna be destroyed. Now, we're going for for a relationship. Well, so far we're gonna go for Tangent and Nomi, but I don't think we can do that because like by end of this year to get Nomi into 100, that's just a bit too. It's a bit too hard. Nomi is looking up at the sky with a slight smile. It's been 4 years and it's still so cool. They comment. I spent my whole life on a spaceship before this. Being outside still feels like being in paradise, even if everything's going on. I have a present for you. Let's give it this. She doesn't like it! She doesn't like it! Damn it! Damn it! Load! Load! I have a present for you. Oh, we can give more than one! Oh, okay, only give one. What about Bobber Fruit? Okay, plus one. I don't know what she likes. Let me try again. She doesn't like Bobber. Well, it's okay. How about egg? Still one. Let's see. Anything that gives two. Present for you. How about Crystal? Maybe she likes Crystal. Yes! She likes Crystal. Naomi makes a sound of appreciation and holds the crystal to the light. What? It makes rainbows? That's perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks at max, okay? Like, I think at the very least we can get to 90 if we want to push it with her. Wait, maybe not. We'll try our best to get to at least 90 with her. Well, Tangent of course is at max, okay? Tangent is at max. And I've read that that Tangent may jump us no matter what do we do. Come on, Tang. Oh yeah, and I think this is the person who blew up the after the explosion. Oh my god. Tang is hunched over her workstation. The heel of her hand is pushed against her eyelids. When she raises her head as you approach, she quickly blots the corner of her eyes and sniffles. What is it? Have you heard from this? Yeah. This is her brother. Tang. Tang. Even though that she badmouthed this, but they're still family. I wonder if Tang stares at the hole left in the wall by the explosion. I don't understand, she says softly. A slight breeze from the encroaching wilderness ruffles her hair. How could anyone do something like this to their own people? She clenched her fist. To their own flesh and blood. Gay shouting from the back. Tang's voice, an instant as well. There's sound of breaking glass, and then a few seconds later, Tang explodes from the library. Laboratory. She balls up her lab coat and throws it away. The history of humanity is a history of genocide, she fumes. Have we learned nothing from our past? We left Earth specifically to begin a new life, one unburdened by the humanity's failures, hanging around our necks like the proverbial albatross. Tang stops and rests her face in her hand, and to be suckered into almost repeating them, unconscionable. You hear Tang's voice before you see her. I've already told you, I have no idea where this has gone. Perhaps he stayed. You enter the lab to see Tangent talking to someone from command. As Dr. Instance looks on with a concerned look, Tangent is standing her ground. I know it's horrible to say, but even to think, but if I say it, will you finally leave me alone? Wherever he is, he's happier for it. Tang catches your eye and excuses herself, making her way to you. Can you need me for something? She whispers, her voice shaking. I would like to be spared from these vultures. Tang is standing at the door to the laboratory, looking out towards the walls, at the wilderness beyond. We have done all we can, he says, and then sighs. I don't know what else to do. Perhaps inspiration will come to me if I work harder. I wonder, like, if I'm friends with this and Tang, can I like okay, they say that Tang the guide say that she's gonna break up with us no matter what. What if like this is, you know, is friend with us, and like we managed to bridge the gap between us and Tangent? Will she be with us then? Because come on, I think I've come to truly love this planet, Tang says, looking up at the sky. Certainly it's at times uncomfortable or even dangerous, but she smiles faintly. I have such wonderful visions of what it could become. Okay, she repeats again. Tang! Okay. Practice photo fauna. We're gonna go for Nomi after all. You can't help populate your hologram with the images of Tangent. Young love. Photo fauna. 8, 8, 6, 5. Cards become 4. Okay. That's one creativity. The investigation into bombing during the Glow attack continues all month. Governor Lam and his goons can't find a way to pin it on any of the Stratos. And over time, people come to accept that this was probably the culprit. The rumor doesn't make anyone feel better, but it does take the heat off the others, including yourself. As usual for this time of year, your dreams have been more vibrant and invasive. You have trouble distinguishing dreams from reality during the day, and you dread falling asleep at night. How did that Hotpie get into your room? Follow it. You chase it out your balcony and find yourself on a thickly wooded path, the mushroot pressing in close on every side. The light is weird here, pink and glittering, casting teal shadows. The Hotpie disappears down a hole in the ground, and without thinking, you dive after it, squeezing your shoulders to fit through. Okay. Oh yeah, before that, I forgot to do this. Okay. You tumble into a cave, beautiful and surreal, shimmering with a light that seems to come from within. When you take a step forward, granules of pink sand crunch underfoot. The cave opens out to a forest that seems lifted from a fairy tale. The sunlight beams through breaks in the tree, illuminating a path of mushroom ring stepping stones that lead to a small cottage. You spot the Hotpie hurrying further down the path. Visit the cottage. This is here. It is his home. You think. He hunches over a woodworking bench and looks up as if you call his name. You realize with alarm that he's working on himself, and as if he's part tree. He waves at you with a hand that ends in a small blossoming branch, and unsettled, you hurry onwards to a door at the rear end of the cabin. Too late, you realize the door was open into empty air and you tumble. You land hard on the solid ground, your breath whooshing from you. It's hot here, impossibly hot. The twin suns beat down on you, burning your skin on contact, and the air is almost painful to breathe. In all directions stretches a barren wasteland of dead trees, like bones puncturing the dry skin of the planet. You rise from the dusty, cracked earth and begin to walk, stumbling over the bones of unknown creatures. You don't know where you're walking, only that horizon doesn't change. The red sky just stretches overhead, like a great bowl of heat pressing down on you. A great roar shakes you, and you turn to see a chimeric nightmare, a manticore, but with Governor Lum's face. He towers over you from a podium, his claws clacking and his tail thrashing as he proselytizes. "We, primeval forest felling," he chants. "We, the river stemming, piercing deep the minds within. We, the surface broad surveying. We, the virgin soil upheaving." Overhead, the sky is streaked with smoke. You hear rumbling in the distance. Stand to face it. You plant your legs and refuse to look away from the beast. With a yelling behind you, Mars appears and swings a sword made of light at the lump abomination. Its head rolls across the dirt, but it continues to speak. You turn from the scene and walk away, feeling the memory of it cling to you as you push and claw your way through another reality. You stumble forward into a dark, glowing forest. Blessedly cool air brushes your cheeks, thick with moisture and making your face wet as if you've been crying. The path wends upward, flanked by humanoid figures carrying candles. Some are wearing robes, some armor, some lab coat and enviro suit and formal wear. Some are elderly and some barely 10 years old. All turn to you to look at you. You realize with a jolt, they're you. Wait. Wait. In other words, like this is my potential self? Like my choices? Oh my god. Every single one of them is you. You see yourself reflected in their eyes as they gaze upon you dispassionately. A line of possibilities stretching out as far as you can see. The hoplite crouches between the ranks and gazes solemnly out as you pass. You walk steadily upward, feeling the unflinching gaze following you. Overhead, the wormhole hangs in the sky like an overripe fruit, bending the heavy branch of space and time towards you. It's so close, you feel as if you could touch it. You stretch your hand out seeking. You wake up. Huh? Insomnia. Milky quiet sunlight pours through your window. Flakes of bromide snow is piling against the glass. You feel as tired as when you went to bed. It's your birthday. You're 19 years old. Only one more year as a teenager. Huh? Can I check? Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. We're going to go through. I think like, even though like they say this and Tang like doesn't have much in common, but they are both in a sense, you're pacifists. You're about to challenge Nomi to a game of laser fable, but you notice that they seem kind of down today. When you ask what's up, they just sigh and scuff their feet in the dirt. Skamu, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to dedicate my life to knowledge. Wow, it's so cool you already know what you want to do. Nomi says in awe. What's that like? I've been thinking about what I want to do in my life, but I just don't know, Nomi says, pouting a little. I thought that being here would mean I could find something I'm good at, but everything I try just sucks. It's boring. I'm not good at anything except drawing and writing. Before we landed on Batumna, I thought I'd end up doing whatever was assigned to me, Nomi continues. We had this duty roster, right? And I figured I keep working in the canteen, and then I could spend the rest of the time playing holo games and making up stories. They frown. I peel a lot of potatoes. But since we landed here, I've been talking to Mars and she's real serious about the idea that any colony worth living needs to have artists and writers like me. They touch their fingertips together. So I was thinking, what if I really did follow my dreams? Nomi perks up a little, just thinking about it. I could be a comic artist, a holo game designer. Oh, a writer. Oh, I could be anything, as long as I get to make stuff that people like. What do you think, Skamu? The colony needs people like that. You think so? Do you really think so? Nomi exclaimed, holding their hands to their cheeks and popping one foot off the ground. Oh, I'm so happy. Did you know that in ancient times, there used to be people called bards whose only job was to tell stories? They continue. That sounds like the best thing ever. Nomi. Okay. Like, we do have, heroic perk. Now, I want to try out something. Okay, let's just blank. Okay, like, I wonder if Nomi's gonna go and forage in the valley or something. Biology. We already have biology. Perception and bravery. Let's try here. Explore nearby. But Ethiopia is working near the gates. This area has been deemed safe for kids to go for a hike. So as long as it's back before dark and never go out during the glow. They ate a lot to see here, she says. A logging camp, a few fields, some nice lookouts. Stuff to collect. Okay. Wait. Is Nomi here? I guess not. Okay, let's reload. Like, I wanna improve Nomi, I wanna improve on Nomi. Let's see forage in the valley. Is Nomi here? Okay, never mind then. I want to go for Nomi. If I focus anything else other than Nomi, I won't make it. Code of honor. Tangent. Okay. 6, 5, 4, 5. Huh? Damn it. Okay. I'm going for both Nomi and Tangent is my first choice, but they say it's gonna end in a breakup. But I think there is a happy ending for Tangent. Just it's not gonna be easy. We've seen how upset she was with the loss of this. I think she wants to make up with him. They are family after all. Even if they think that they are so on the opposite end, she's the responsible one and he's basically the carefree guy. We're gonna see a bit later down the line when I repeat several runs. I think I want to go for her again. Okay. Wait. Ah. Dang it. Push through. A little bit more. A little bit more. For me to get my creativity up. Hang. Man, I look evil. Well, that's because I'm stressed out. Nomi is looking up at the sky with a slight smile. It's been 4 years. Okay, we've heard this. Time to give her this one. She likes this crystal. Okay, how much? How much? 64. 64. I'm not a big fan of Mars. Ooh, 8. I'm not a big fan of Mars. Ah, crystal. Yay. Like, among all the Stratos kit, Mars is probably like my least favorite. But among all, Base is probably have to be the worst. Practice photo fauner. Photo fauner. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. I'm screwed. There's no other way. I have to re-roll. Just nice. Win. Okay, creativity plus 5 chance to gain 1 extra skill. Ooh, this is not bad. Seriously. Come on. Nope. Nothing. Okay. Wait, let's find Nomi. It's Nomi. No event with Nomi. Okay, never mind. Need a break soon. Okay. I think we should get a break, you know. Relax in the lounge. Forget one memory. You spend several hours a day obsessively checking the local holonet for updates. With so few people in the colony, social media can be very dead. It feels like you're talking to yourself sometimes. You try to start a few conversations, but most people are busy at work or school. Relax. Both of them are good. Mid pollen. Mid pollen. It's late pollen now. Any items? Any items? Guess not. Items? Nope. Okay, photo fauna it is then. Photo fauna. Wait. You practiced so much and decided to record yourself. Whether you show it to anybody or else or not is up to you, but you want to remember this. And who knows, maybe recordings of your earlier works will be held up someday as some of the earliest recorded VTuber culture. Normally your biggest fan is right in front row. They flash you an encouraging thumbs up. What will you pay? The Turbo Hyperjet Transform Team. She likes that. Ooh. 886. Go. Okay, I know what to do. 3, 3, 3, 5. Hot dang! Huh? Push through. 80 stress. Nomi's favorite! Well, you have to share the video with at least Nomi. They'll love it. You tried to get the visuals right. Are the girls airplanes with human legs or human torsos with airplane bodies? That's 50 kudos. Coloring the world. Neighbors become wild. The recorded vid is so good, you have a sudden flash of bravery and upload to the HoloNet. Before long, the kudos are pouring in. Even Mars and Aunt Ant leave comments saying they didn't think that photo fauna could be mastered, but you've done it. Your resolve to start sharing more videos like this in the future. Nomi! Hey Nomi! Nomi twists a lock of hair around their fingers and tugs. I never really fit in anywhere before, they say quietly. But here, sometimes I think I could. I just want the chance, you know. I have a present for you. Let's just give her something. But I need that crystal just in case. Damn, I look evil, man. There. Yoink. Nothing. Okay, the next one, I'll most probably be going for Tammy. So I'll need a lot of empathy, persuasion, and I also want to improve reasoning a bit. Okay, I want to improve reasoning a lot because this one will help me increase it. So I think I should go for reasoning. Empathy, persuasion, reasoning should be my top priority. Practice the photo fauna. Okay, we have kudos. You practice in your quarters, try not to bother anyone. In between practicing, you watch holovids and take naps. It's a pretty relaxing experience, except for the fact that you don't seem to be getting any better at the photo fauna. Maybe we should get out of bed. You're starting to go flat on one side. Let me see. Dang, this is not good. Okay, draw. Good. With this, I can somehow make it. Okay, don't put it aside. 6. Oh, 8. Dang it. I can't push through. Yellow flower. Okay. 10 stress. And next month we will rest. Governor Lam enters the colony square to his customary bombastic fanfare, brass band, red carpet, banners with Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's inspiring. The governor gets his usual tithe of applause from die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service of his war. To catch Mars' attention, she rolls her eyes and makes a gagging motion. Kat looks sullen and withdrawn, refusing along with the rest of the geophonics to give Lam any applause. The governor raises his hands for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. Pioneers of Batumna, he begins. We stand here today, not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck. He makes a ringing gesture of the planet herself. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cried, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully, with a gun, like the ones we left on Earth. What in delight. He turns to the council. Why are you just sitting there? Come on, aren't you gonna do anything? The council look at each other. Red seems unmoved, and Utopia shrinks into herself. Holding her hand to her chest, Aunt Anne looks concerned, but fearful of Lum. Instant is grim, and Seek just waits to see what happened. Only Cal looks enthusiastic, but as the youngest member on the council, he's outmatched. Lum gestures sharply to his guard, and Mars is seized and taken out of sight. In the uncomfortable silence that follows, the governor strides to the front of the stage and looks down on the crowd. As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity into a new era, he says. An era of peace and prosperity, where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out in the night. He raises his fist to the sky. This planet is rich, he cries. If it is Earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Here, we will become of what humanity has always strived to become. Caretakers of a new garden. Children of a new Earth. People cheer, spurred on by Lum's display of dominance. Lum looks upon the crowd with pride. Pioneers, but so close, he says. This planet will be ours, and all her riches and wonders with it. But first, he continues, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world. He gestures at the council. I know you all love your council, but it's time we thought about the future. We need to guard the colony leadership. He says this with disdain, against sudden upheavals, death, imprisonment, and the like. I decided to instate a second position for each seat on the council, he announces. Lum explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Second will be trained in the running of the department and will be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. The council looks concerned. Is this how Lum begins to cycle out colonial government with a veneer of legitimacy? Applicants must have a minimum amount of time in the department and will be judged by the council based on their relevant skill. So Lum will likely argue hard for his Helio appointee. You scribble your ballot. Second engineer. Yeah, because I'm maxed out in my engineering, you know. You come forward to be added to the ballot. Tangent watches you with a worried expression as she adds her own name. Engineering has been a bad mess since Professor Hell died. Maybe this will help. The council discusses all the nominees at length, then you win. Your holophone chimes as congruence updates your clearance to give you access to all the schematics for the ship and her systems. Oh my god. Tang. Don't hate me. When the voting is concluded, Seek announces the name of the newly appointed seconds. The crowd cheers for you when Seek reads out your name as the second engineer. You don't recognize Helio appointed to second administrator. Must be one of Lum's people. Vase is appointed second security officer under Red. He gives little speech essentially congratulating himself and promising to single-handedly win this war. One of the Helio-born agriculturists is chosen as second cultivator. At least there's someone with actual geoponics experience, not someone Lum installed in the position. The steward of the heliopause joins Aunt Anne as her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to help take care of them. A Helio soldier you don't recognize is appointed Utopia's second, much to her dismay. After the politicking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast table and eventually the dance floor. The sun sets on the long day, the heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains, but you usually get a few days after Vertumnalia, but love reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. Your dreams begin to increase in intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet. Filled with terrifying and confusing visions, a feeling of urgency dogs your steps, like you're running out of time. Can you give me a second? Just give me a second. I want to check out the guide a bit. Okay, like let me see. Golden Path, 4 endings. Dream Vertumna forever, befriend Tang, find out about the fig. You're not all for naught. 30 engineering. So we reach work with Red. Join the gardeners. Ran away. Befriend this. Okay, give me a second. Let me see. There's another one, you know, about shield and stuff. Okay, shield and ending. They say we need to get must understand how Stratos work. Selected as second engineer. Okay, this is what we need. Governor Lum, note that this means Soul can't work with Mars and depose him. Nominate yourself. Soul can't work with Mars to depose him because then the opportunity doesn't come up. And Soul will be vying for the nomination against Tangent, so make sure their mental attributes are maxed out. Should Soul be successful, you get the second engineer and Soul gains the build. Soul is basically the main character. Soul, read the engineering manual. Understanding how the wormhole works. The good news is that you only need to get an ending. It's a Transcendence ending, which is a little involved, but if you don't get Soul prologue choices. Oh, this one here. Okay, now it says in order for me to to have the shield, I need to befriend this. So in other words, I need to go for, you know, toughness next run. You spot Nami crossing the courtyard from the depot to the living quarters, lugging an armful of cans of painting. "Hey, it's Scammer," they exclaim, barely keeping one of the cans from falling out of their arm. "Can you give me a hand with this?" You take a few of the cans and Nami sighs in relief. "Yeah, thank you. This is my third trip. I think I finally got all the colors I need. It's gonna be amazing." At your questioning look, Nami giggles and starts walking towards the living quarters. "Come on, I'll show you." You follow Nami to the suite of rooms that they shared with their mom and dad. Nami leads you past the jumble of bedroom furniture and into the empty room. Light pours in the skylight and Nami stands under it and stretches their arm wide, doing a little spin. "I'm painting a mural. My mind is going light speed with possibility," Nami declares, tugging at her hair. "I'm drunk with power. I could do anything. Scammer, you have to help me decide." Nami grabs the sketchbook and shows you a few concept drawings. Space theme, jungle theme, and the inside of a pirate ship, abstract art. All the major players are here. Nami's been busy. They look at you in agony in indecision. Why not a different thing on each one? Nami stares at you. "What? Oh, stars? Come on. That's perfect. I didn't think of that." They start ripping pages of their sketchbook and laying them all against the wall. This one here, no here. The colors will play off each other. And oh no, this wall gets more light for most of the year, so... After a few minutes of frenzied planning, Nomi grabs you by the shoulder. This is going to be amazing, they exclaim. Thank you, you're a genius. They regard their walls with barely restrained excitement. What do you say, Tsukamu? Do you want to help make the vision a reality? Totally, I know what to do. You're something of an artist yourself, after all. You and Nomi get started transferring the sketches to the wall. After a few minutes of supervising, Nomi steps back and lets you use your imagination to figure out the rest. You're really good at this, they declare. Have you ever considered becoming an artist too? For most of the day, the room is in total chaos. Nomi assures you repeatedly that this is part of the experience. As the second sun is beginning to set, you step back and take a look at what you've accomplished. It's really nice! Only you and Nomi could have made such a distorted composition come into harmony. And the result is a bedroom that's not only unique and inspiring, but bursting with the love that you and Nomi share for both each other and your art. Nomi starts hammering the lids back onto the paint cans while you collect the brushes for washing. Thank you for your help, they say. I definitely couldn't have finished this without you. Nomi's stomach rumbles and their eyes go wide. I'm starving, they exclaim. Did we work through dinner? You don't need to check the time on your whole phone to know that Nomi is right. Your stomach grumbles in solidarity, and Nomi laughs. Okay, let's go grab some grub, chum. Nomi is perched up on a fence, swinging their legs as they watch colony life go by. Hey, Tsukamu, they say her wave. Sometimes it's nice to just sit and take a break. They pat the fence beside them, and you haul yourself up. How are you hanging there? Nomi asks. Me? I'm doing okay. I think other people may have it worse. So I just try to keep it light. I have a present for you. What? A birthday? Nomi exclaimed. Thank you, Tsukamu. Oh, it's birthday. A birthday. Nomi, 74. Can I go for it? But I am maxed out. I need to rest. Relax in the lounge. You nestle in the cushion, you close your eyes and listen to music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they are writing these days. 10 million light years away from Earth. The only new music you've heard is when the adults have come up with a new space shanty. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Okay, take this out. Nomi. Okay, I'm the second engineer, so after this, I'm gonna go, repair the robots. Yep, nothing. Let's go and repair the robot. Yeah, repair robot. You repair a hover lift. It's huge. Okay, never mind. Give me a second. Like I say, I'm gonna go for Nomi. Okay. Anything that increases Nomi, I'll go for it. Oh boy. Okay, we maxed out engineering and reasoning, so we don't need to do that. Assist in Mat Bay. I'm also maxed out in the Mat Bay. Oh boy. I guess the only choice to up Nomi is by practicing the photo fauna. Practicing the photo fauna isn't just about controlling your breath, but controlling your mind too. It takes a remarkable internal clarity to be able to summon crisp, beautiful holographic images. You meditate a lot, focusing on developing your inner eye. Okay. Double. Seriously? Give me a second. It's even worse. Okay, let me see. Wait. 38. How much do I have? Okay, let's try this. Okay, 10 strands, I can take it. A few more months. Early wet. Ripe blue boba fruit. Okay. My idea on how I'm gonna go, because like I do want like we can actually like save the geoponics dome. We can actually save the geoponics dome, and to do that we need to have the shields up. Okay, so it seems that we need to befriend this. So maybe the next route we're gonna go for this and tangent. Okay, and maybe Nomi. I doubt we can get her now. Let's see how much is her. We're at 75 and we have like 4 months left. Nomi's looking up at the sky with a slight smile. It's been 4 weeks. Okay, we've read this. I remembered. By the way, let me check. Nomi's birthday. Mid-dusk. Okay, mid-dusk. Okay. Her birthday is mid-dusk. Okay. Creativity. Get to work. 8. Wait. Wait. We don't need to. Okay, got it. Done. Early wet. Let's just check out Tang. Nope. Nomi. Nomi. Okay, no event. Any more events? Nope. Okay. Practice photo fauna. You make a game of following people around the colony, creating a soundtrack to their lives. The best is when someone trips, you make the photo fauna make a waka waka noise and fill the air with party streamers. You're not terribly popular this month. 8, 6, 5. Win. Done. Mid wet. Tang. Nope. Nomi. Nothing. Practice photo fauna. Young love. Neighbors become wild, which is pretty good if you ask me. Push through. Done. Lead wet. Okay. Nothing. Ooh, crystal. Nomi 79. Yeah, we should have went for full Nomi when after Helios landed. Guess we really can't rely on. Guess we really can't rely on this too much. Where's Nomi? Seriously, where's Nomi? Nomi? Okay, I see Cal, but Tammy and the rest. Yeah, they're not here. Creativity. Like this photo fauna. Wait. Here. I think this is good. Young loves. Push through. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves. Only so long you can handle sheltering in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning the tree line for the first sign of trouble. You're there when you see them, the dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, it must be in the thousands. More animals than you have ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with teeming carpet of smaller creatures, darting in and among the legs of, no. Oh no. The forest bends as faces emerges from the depths, followed by two more. The moon on the walls is discouraged. One faces destroyed your colony. Two faces required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to handle three? Three? Oh god. Fight. Survival is the only goal. It's what all living creatures do. The wave of attacker rolls over the firebreak, crashing over the walls. Flying creatures scream overhead, and the sound of blast rifle fills in the air. Oh my god. A rush towards the garrison to join the squads. As you run, you notice the colony is well defended, 10 or greater. Less than 10 and need colony defense 5 or greater. Colony defense are mediocre. As you run, you notice that this colony seems to be holding on its own. Nothing has reached the wall yet, and it seems that the tide of monsters emerging from the trees has slowed. The colony looks evenly matched. The battle's not in the bag, but so long as the defenses hold, things look hopeful. You are descending from the walls when you are thrown to the ground by tremendous rumble. A few meters in front of you, something tunnels towards you through the mud. You have the impression of something long and dark that cuts through the ground like a shark through water. You scramble to your feet, but it cuts off your path, forcing you towards the geoponic outbuilding. It's a storage shed, mostly empty besides bales of hay and used for float car feed. It's dimly lit, but you think you see another door at the far end. The creature advances, throwing up rocks and chunks of dirt. As it tunnels closer, fight. We'll keep this. On second thought. Oh hi Jody, I'm playing this game, which is basically like a visual novel, and basically the premise is that you're a colony in a new planet, and the planet is trying to kill you. And like the thing about the protagonist, okay, is that they have the ability to basically like if you watch Steins Gate, they can retain memories of their past selves, and like let's say, okay, they know like this person is gonna die because of something, and then like if you reload the save, or like you start on a new run, you can like prevent that death. So it's very, like, in a sense, kind of cool the fact that it's kind of cool the fact that they like, whenever, if you can replay it, but at the same time, like, you know, okay, this is gonna happen, so we're gonna do this. And besides, as you can see, there's my stat on my left here. Like, you can max out whatever that you want, okay? And like there's jobs as well. So like you can become an engineer, you can become like the, you know, the farmer and stuff. Quite a lot of things you can do. I think this is good. But then 60, it's gonna be hard. Okay. 7, 4, 4. Man, 50 stress. Oh my god, I can't take 50 stress. Oh my god, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Okay. Let's do to a card. Nope. Dang it. 30 stress. Okay, I'll take it. 30 stress. You grab a rake and back into the doorway. To wait for the monster to emerge. As it rears up and thrusts a long black snout out of the ground, you stab the rake down into it, dispatching it. Before you even have the time to be relieved, you spot the second one tunneling towards you. You take another step back into the storehouse and feel heat. The building is on fire. I'm maxed out. The dry thatch roof quickly ignites and rains flaming debris down on your head. Filling the room with toxic smoke, the ashy heat is intense. You can feel it ripping the moisture from your lungs with every breath. You rush for the rear door, but the fire moves so fast, you're trapped as a roof beam collapses in front of you. You hear a cracking noise, then just pain, and noise like a bell. The world goes dark. Wait, I die? So this is where. Okay, so like this is where the our first like flashback. Okay, like when we started playing the game, even on your first run, like you saw this vision. Okay, and then like one of your friends, which is Nam, okay, Anemone, she will come and save us. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blanked out, and you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertuna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Nem. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Yeah, there it is. And it's Nem. Your body arches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flame. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lungful of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. He throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Uh-oh. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? Wait, hold on a moment. You remember this from another life. Not a dog, a monster. It's about to end your life and probably Nam's too. She tightens her grip on you. You prepared for this earlier. You remember this day for many years. The choking heat of the fire, this dark creature's dead yellow eyes haunting your dreams. You're prepared for it. Specifically, you've installed an armed freeze trap right where you knew the animal would be standing when it transformed into a towering horror. As it does, you trigger the detonator. The trap sucks inward, drawing all the heat from its surrounding. The monster's feet are frozen to the floor as it instantly crystallizes, becoming an ice statue. Nam doesn't stop to wonder how this happened. She gives the statue a solid kick and it shatters into a million fragments. You emerge from the inferno of the shed, burned and concussed, but alive. Anemone smiled. It's good to be alive. Status ended injured. You have your wounds tended in the med bay. Other soldiers there are in much worse shape, but at least the battle is over. It was a long and bitter, resulting yet again in the destruction of most of the sawmills and arable land. The defenders managed to repel the Xenos before damage could be done to the inner colony, or maybe the monsters lost interest before finishing the job. It's as if the planet wants you to suffer, but doesn't intend to finish you off. Yet anyway. But for now, you're happy that you survived to live another day. And that day is your birthday! By the time you recovered, the suns have returned. It's your 20th birthday. You're a fully fledged adult now, though in many ways you already were, and have been for a long time. You and your friends step out to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Batunga. The end. You reach your 20th birthday. Roboticist. Roboticist. You always loved machines and decide to dedicate your life to them. You made the colony high-tech, refusing to let things just break down as people expected they would. Why bring all this technology to a new planet if you weren't going to fight your hardest to preserve it? You started a microprocessor factory. Not contented that the colony returned to the Dark Ages, you coordinate with explorers to source some of the rarer elements needed to create complex electronics. The first thing you set out to produce are new nanoprinters. Without those raw materials, it's not like the nanoprinters could print their own replacement after all. Your new nanoprinters have even longer lifespan and they are locally sourced. You take Chief Engineer Instant Council's position when she retires. She retreats into her lab and is rarely seen, always working away on something. You're better with your robot co-workers than your human ones, but you make it work. But what about... You worked for many years with Tangent in engineering. She's just as essential to you as she was to Instance. Even if it was, at first she was a little resentful that you were named Chief Engineer over her, you always thought you had a good working relationship with Tangent, that she was happy being your second. Which is why it's a surprise when Tangent abandons her responsibility as second one after you are named Chief. At first she's happy tinkering with her own research, passion project that she had put aside when she was working in the lab under Instance. Things of little interest to the colony. Gradually though, you notice that something is wrong. Her quarters, once so pristine due to lack of use, are jammed full of experiments. She takes her meal in her room and often disappears from the laboratory for days at a time. Any polite question about her independent research are met with either wild-eyed silence or incomprehensible jumble of half-formed hypotheses and streams of consciousness. Even Instance finds her bizarre enthusiasm impenetrable. She spends more and more time alone with her experiments. People begin to worry. And then, she just stops. Everything. Her experiment languish. Tangent languishes. As a partner, you're allowed to access her inner sanctum, her quarters now, completely in disarray and reeking of rotten organics, where you find her still in bed more often than not. Sometimes she's sleeping, but most times she just lies there, trapped in a nightmarish waking state by her hypercharged metabolism. You lie with her and talk about nothing, slowly uncovering her obsession with this fate. Grief manifests at strange times, often requiring years to fully process. So Tangent chose to leave the lab. You help her realize that without that structure in her life, she's clearly struggling with having to deal with a lifetime of grief all at once. She's burned out, plain and simple. With your help, she manages to recover. But she's haunted for the rest of her life by the unanswered question. What happened to this? Okay, like, we need to get this help to I look at the guide to understand the wormhole, and if we understand the wormhole, we can probably have the shield, and we landed with Stratos intact. Okay, so next round is gonna be we're gonna go for this and Tangent, and we're gonna be the bridge to them. It seems that Tangent, even though she keep on calling this irresponsible lunatic, but deep down, as you can see here, Tang really cares for the brother. You and Tangent continue to date for a while, but ultimately, your partnership fizzles out. A dramatic breakup isn't Tangent's style, but she does dump you pretty unceremoniously, claiming that she simply doesn't have the attention span to spare romantic entanglements. Her love life remains fairly private, though she's not as frigid as she always claimed. You hear from the colony gossip that she carries on with strings of casual relationships, mostly with other scientists. Mostly women. Just like Instance, Tangent never denotes genetic material to the next generation. She pretends not to care when people say it's such a shame that her tremendous intellect won't be passed on, citing that intelligence is just as much nurture than nature. But you know the truth. She's terrified to pass her family's mental illness to anyone else. Tangent lives and dies in the shadow of what she almost caused to happen on Fortuna, knowing that she almost killed every living thing on the planet, weighs heavily on her for the rest of her days. Unfortunately, even with genetic alteration, the human body was not made to withstand long periods without sleep, and Tangent's willful negligence in taking care of herself certainly doesn't help. She develops a heart condition in her early 60s and outpaces the healing capacity of Madbeth, and eventually takes her life. Don't worry, Tangent. We'll save you. We'll save you, Tangent. Nobi never really figures out what they want to be. They dabble in many things and continue to do odd jobs. With the colony seemingly constantly in peril, there's always work to be done and not enough hands to do it. Eventually, they start describing themselves as someone who used to be really creative before life got too busy. Nomi's not really interested in dating in the same way everyone else is. It takes them a long time to warm up to the idea of getting physical with someone, and they need to feel loved and comfortable with them first. You are their friend and confidant as they begin to explore the world of dating, always ready to doodle dreamily on someone's picture or come running with a box of tissue. You wouldn't say they are unlucky in love, just that love seems slow to find them, and Nomi isn't determined to go hunting for it. They always have you, though. Between you and Rex, Nomi's full of best friendship, and they say that's all they needed in life. They never lose fascination with vertebrate animals. One of their hyperfixations leads them to volunteer as a rancher, where they are working one fateful day when the explorers bring in a Unisaur. Despite the beast's aggression and capricious nature, something between them just clicks. Nomi becomes the only person who can calm down the fearsome creature, to the point where it will follow along behind them as gentle as a float cow. Nomi's magical unicorn friend is something a celebrity among the colony. They are a big hit at princess-themed birthday parties. It's hard to believe that someone like Nomi grew up on the Heliopods. They don't just march to the beat of their own drum, they are their own brass band and acrobat troupe, and free candy buffet, all in one person. They are friends though, through thick and thin, but what about? Your partners never got to see their colony through, but you live on in their stead. Oh, your parents, sorry. They'll always be with you, in the ground you walk on, in the trees that give you shade, and in the cycle of life that sustains you. And in my later years, the days turn to months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, you're old. Life is tough, but rewarding. Vertumna continues to challenge you and your loved ones. The attack continues every year, getting harder and harder to withstand. And not just that, but drought, earthquake, disease, storm, and pestilence, and more. Some years, you worry that the colony and the humanity will be wiped off the map for good, but humans are good at surviving. The adversity strengthens your resolve, You mourn your dead, celebrate your birth, and keep adapting to whatever the planet throws at you. This is your home, for better or for worse. You can do what you can to make it a good one. Eventually death comes to you, as it does to everyone. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you. Only ancient. His arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving his mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. He smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? But there are so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I could have done better. I can tell from the weight of your soul, he says, sadly, that many of your friends and family died before their time. People who might not have, perhaps, if you have made different choices. He pats on your shoulder consolingly. It's natural in grief to wish you could have done something different. You have saved someone, but we're special, aren't we? We really can save them. We have a chance to take another path, to change the way life turns out. He reaches out a hand. Come with me. Go with me. Start your new life. Start your new life. Wake up again. We continue. So we are going to see this. What's going on? Low season. Jaws open. Remember, we're going for this and Tangent. We're gonna be a bridge. We're not gonna let Tangent suffer. We're not gonna let her suffer. Tangent, I'll save you this time. And this. You are born on the stratospheric Earth first colony ship halfway. Okay, this one. Come. Okay, done. Your earliest memory of purple. There's a big cake with a neat hollow effect that's on. That looks like fire, but when you reach out and touch it, it gets a handful of icing. Yum, your favorite present is... Huh. Learning tablet from Professor Hell. Hell does science, which is what runs the ship. He also teaches the older kids. The tablet has some games that teach math using pictures, and it has lots of letters you can't read yet. As early as you can remember, you have a vivid dreams every night. You dream about strangers who seem so familiar, and wide open spaces very different from the stratospheric. Sometimes the dreams are bad, and it makes you scared to go to sleep. So every night before lights out, your dad tells you a bedtime story. Ship engineering manual. Forget fiction, you're strangely drawn to the diagrams and equations in a manual that's accidentally found its way to the shelf of kids' book. You spend hours divining the meaning behind this cryptic picture. Your dad tries to explain it to the best of his ability. Every child on the stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first sign of yours. Super strength. Eagle eyes. Your DNA have both eagle and owl DNA. You have superhuman long distance and night vision. Not only you can see all the way to the holo projector from the back of the classroom, You can read Professor Hell's private holopalm. Sometimes they say confidential, which is exciting, but you don't understand most of the big words. Ship's computer congruence. By the time you are 8, you spend more time talking with the ship's computer than other children your age. You just seem to know some things about her without understanding why, like how to ask nicely for her to treat you like one of the adults, unlocking commands that other kids doesn't even know exist. It's a trick you do, a string of numbers and letters recited in a whisper, a secret language between you and her alone. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hell says it's a doorway to another star system, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to spare. When the day comes, it starts to rumble, then things start to slide off the table. You hurry to gather near the escape pod just in case. Seeing a father run, try to slip away. Grabs you by the scruff of the neck. Sorry, Scammo, this is no time to play around. You have to come with the rest of the class. The emergency area is crowded with family. It's going to be fine, Scammo. Your dad soon. You'll be through the wormhole on the planet before you know it. Just like we practiced. It was sharp, worried look. Get in touch with your emotions. Okay. Everything starts getting weird. Is this a wormhole? Okay, like we're gonna continue this. Like, okay, we've went through this. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. 2 weeks have elapsed. Sunlight? Rush outside. Give me a second. Main menu. Wake up again. I wonder if like okay, what's going on? Okay, this time we're not gonna choose congruence, because like I say, we haven't discovered the idea about the wormhole. It says we need to be friends with this, but like I say, we want to save Tangent, okay? Without a doubt, after he ran away, that we're gonna be we're gonna find him and like make sure that she doesn't go through trouble, and hopefully she's interested in like having a relationship with us. Customize like this. Learning tablet from Professor Hell. In this case, feature ship engineering manual. Eagle eyes. This one, study as a mature Tangent. You have your holopalm installed at age 8, but holonet access is blocked for kids. Tangent wants to sneak onto the bridge and talk to the ship AI Congruence. Because of the bridge, Congruence has to answer any question. You tag into the holonet instead. You're only 8, and despite your confidence, you have no idea what you're doing. You don't even get close to getting bridge access on your holopalm, but you and your Tangent have fun trying. He soon forgets about her mission to the bridge. You're 10 years old when ship emergency drills to prepare. You do as he says. Get in touch with your emotions. Set a wormhole to blackout. Okay, let's skip. Like I say, we are gonna go for Tangent. Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters. Behind her. You're awake. You're all better. You better go see your dad. She points to the southeast out towards some geodesic domes. To walk, click on the ground. Click on the characters to talk to them. Okay. Let me just check something. Is this? Huh. You know one thing, I'm worried. Oh my god. Wait. I just want to double check. Is this the one where okay, we'll check. Just now I forgot to check whether congruence was on. Like, if congruence is on, that means that it's carry through. If it's not, then like we gotta like reload our previous one. Oh god. Because in other words, like if we don't see congruence, that shows that we didn't carry our data from the last run. Oh my god. Like in the beginning, we're gonna focus more on exploring. We're gonna go more on exploring. Professor Hell. Next. Okay. Eagle Eyes. Okay, we do have it. So in other words, like it is carried through. Tagging to the HoloNet. Do as he says. Get in touch. Okay, this shows that it is being carried forward. Rush outside to start your new life. Tammy. Okay, we're gonna save your dad, Tammy. Don't worry. We're gonna save him. Okay, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while you're nogging seal. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covered it with jokes and smiles. You love your dad. Welcome to Batuna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two and part taken off from other building and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps up right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside, dotting their way up the hill. It's beautiful. I'm glad you agree. Your mother and I, we've been waiting a long time to see grass and trees again, even if they are purple. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Do you know what day it is? You honestly don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in the med bay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamt about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of sun that your dad made by hand. Tell him you know what. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, now we can continue. Studying humanities and engineering. Love you too, Dad. Okay, this. I'm gonna be friends with you, okay? And then we're gonna be like you're gonna be a good relationship with your sister, so then later she won't suffer. You see Jis sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids are alarmed past the walls, he says quietly, without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need to have walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous, dark and wriggly. The Faceless. For years in space, you had half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always tell you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from your daydream, this whisper, I think there are mountains out there. I believe you. No you don't, you're just being sarcastic, I can tell. Nobody believes me. They are huge, wriggly and dangerous. Stop making fun of me. This pout, you're as bad as Mars. Okay, in order for us to go out... Nam! Hey Atsukamu, Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, cause it isn't cool. It's still neat, you can make stuff out of it. Have you seen any monsters? Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-up would say if they saw monsters. If they were monsters, right? She shrugs, then smiles reassuringly. Even if they were monsters, Chief Rat will beat them up, so don't worry. My mom said we're safer here than we were in space. Both look at the wreckage of Stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom, Auntie Seaton, is probably right about that. Look what the wormhole did to our ship. What are you making? Just snow spirals, but earlier me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in the mat bay. She smiles her broad gape to smile at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. Why in school? School, I wonder where everybody was. I guess I was gonna be late for humanity class. She doesn't look worried to you. It's okay, she said. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. We should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair. She's getting a head start. It's okay. A small team led by Security Chief Rat was enough to keep the peace on Stratospheric. To stay busy, they also ran exercise gym and sports walk courts. Here on Batuna, the garrison has expanded fast. They're building a huge wall around the colony and have an outdoor firing range and a big covered dojo. And best of all, a regulation-sized sports ball court. Then we have to go to class first. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and med bay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship onboard AI, beams down at you from a hollow screen. Don't forget to study hard, Skamo. I think we should study humanities. We can do reasoning later. Welcome, Skamo. Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if we're lucky, we'll have a little of ancient Earth poetry too. He seemed excited about the last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congress scheduling system when you have a chance. Should be helping me teach them. Today's assignment is an easy one. Hal says with a yawn. Because I was up late preparing Congruence sub-terminal, I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what the Batuna colony means to you. My friends are all here. You write about all your buds and fun things you do together. When Hal wakes from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essay to the class. Mars is annoyed that you hardly mention her. Well, you aren't really friends, so... Okay, I know this. There we go. 13. Tang, I'm not gonna let you through suffer alone, okay? Okay. We went through all of this. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry. Your dad said your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of a gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How are you holding up? This has all happened before. You tell them how you knew about the medallion your dad made before you saw it, because you dreamt about it when you were a kid. The more you speak, the harder it is to stop. You tell them about all the things that you thought were dreams, and how they had started to come true ever since you landed on Batumna. You keep remembering stuff that was about to happen, and it's also weird and confusing. Honey, your mom interrupts you. I know you've been a lot of stress. We all have. He sighs and gives your dad a concerned look. He shrugs so helplessly. I'm sorry we haven't been there for you, she continues. But is it possible you think you might be making this up to get attention? I swear to you this is real. You try to stay calm and explain, but you keep talking faster and faster. Before long, your breath is coming in hiccups and you start to cry uncontrollably. Your parents don't know what to say. All they can do is hold you tight and stroke your head. Of course they don't believe you, and you can't think of a way to prove it to them. When you calm down a bit, you hear them talking quietly to each other over your head. He did have a bad concussion. Maybe there was permanent damage. What if our baby? They look so anxious and pained now. You feel even worse than before. They insist you go back to see Dr. Instance for a checkup and take you there immediately. You end up spending another month in med bay. Dr. Instance insists on giving you sleeping medicine that makes you drowsy, but at least you aren't just asleep the entire time like before. She takes a lot of health reading. You take notes too, and learn about medicine, because there's nothing else to do. It's boring and stressful at the same time. Your parents came to visit you in the evening, but nobody wants to talk about the dreams, or memories, or whatever they are, or were. You were sleeping deeply with this medicine, but at least you haven't had that remembering feeling in a while. When you try to bring up the subject, Dr. Instance always says you should get some rest and tells the medbed to give you some more sleeping drugs. The days pass. Early quiet. Mid quiet. You feel trapped and helpless. Days blur into another in a haze of sleep. In your lucid moments, you look longingly through the windows at the colony, bustling with the first excitement of life on a new planet. You realize that no one will believe you if you keep talking about living past life. Or worse, you'll end up here again, wasting all your time sleeping. If you really are living this life over and over again, this is something you can't waste. You need to figure out what's happening. After a month of enforced rest, Dr. Instance says she can't see nothing wrong with you and that you must simply be feeling the effects of stress. You just need to take it easy, my little tomato, your dad tells you. Landing on Matina has been a big change for all of us. It's natural to feel anxious and act out. Mom looks disappointed but tells you she loves you. Can I just go home now? Insta looks up to her hollow palm when everyone turns to look at her. I don't see why not, she says, then goes back to her work. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Mom shakes her head and sighs, so we can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we are going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts on a hand on your shoulder. We are proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas of how you can spend your time. Geoponics. The weeks you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what someone is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. You were sure okay, this one's about, I remember that saying that Professor House about the trip, but he didn't. At night, your dreams were all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. Ah, Helios, you're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help help lift a shrouded body into the colony's recycler. Oh shit, the parents. Everything seems so familiar, but you try to recall their faces when you wake up. They're smeared in your memory like wet paint. You lived this life before. In your dream, you're sure of it. In the light of day, you try to remember everything from your dreams, but it's impossible. You can't live a lifetime in your dreams. Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick or that you're sick and need to go to med bay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dream. Why? You don't want people to worry. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at your planet and they don't want you to know. You don't understand, but when they come at home every night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. You just keep going to classes and stay out of trouble. It'd be easier for everyone, yourself included. Be quiet. Tang! Tang is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily in the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hal wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog in the colony holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. Let's make our own list. Tanya is dubious but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard, taking pictures of all the different Vertunum plants you can find and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Wonkius shrubus and Purpurus gracium. After an hour, you categorize 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a complete list or a very scientific matter, but she figures he must have learned something. I think like we want to mellow her out, okay? We don't want her to be like so strict, okay? We see Tammy sitting quietly at the entrance. You know her for well your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you were her study partner. Tam was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in one of her huge ears and out the other. No matter how hard you tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up hopefully when she sees you. Hello, Tsukamu. I was hoping you could help me with some homework. Psst. Oh, thank you, she bounces up and down. You spend a couple of hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reaction. One makes heat, one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails the test or gets the answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. That's evil. Mars! A sharp whistle interrupts your thought. Hey, Tsukamu, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship, we had climate control. Ugh! Tammy made me some soy sweet, but there's no way I'm going out there in all of this weather, she continues. Since you like running, could you fetch them for me? Okay. Good, Mars clapped. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighed. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Tammy is staring obviously at the sky and smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello Tsukamu, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars Street. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. He's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets, made fresh this morning, she said. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here. But I think I'm getting used to it. But, you know, even though Mars is like, you know, bossy, but she's not a jerk. Okay? Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kinda bossy, but I know she really cares too. Here it is. Okay, Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy seed. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, and Mr. Seek is looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot. She says, I don't want to do it, cause like, you? Running around out there? No. Just go there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell her I referred you. Okay. Oh. No, this bot. Okay. Since I can't. Oh, both of them. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You see these plants pinned down the wall. Okay, we've went through all of this. Can I join the expedition? They're too young. Okay, never mind. Let's just skip. These are all just introduction. Hey, hello, my little potato. Your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Just hanging, my friend. That Cal's a good boy. And have you seen Anemone? She's been out playing by the garrison playing sports ball. I think she spent every day outside since we landed. He chuckled to himself. Guess that's what happened when you got enough brothers to make your own sports ball team. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around. But tonight is magnificent, isn't it? Or not. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I miss seasons. Back on Earth, it got much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. Just wait until dust season. Both the sun will be high in the sky and real hot then. You'll see. Cal is riding around the geoponics garden on his hoverboard. Okay. The real ground is way harder to hover on than the ship floor. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt. Way better planet side. Can I try it? But be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. Okay. Like, he's the Tonin, like the person I've least interacted because like he dies quite early on and we can't do much about it. Uncle Tony blocks your way with a smile. I'm afraid expedition is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for kids. You better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. 20 toughness, 20 bravery. Oh, damn. Heads up. Bounce it back. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Sports ball. Okay, play sports ball. Anemone meets you on the court. She's bouncing from one leg to the other in excitement. My brother Com is organizing the youth team, she tells you. Kombucha offers you a high five in greeting, then tosses a sports ball your way. Kombucha. He died, you know, when the faces attacked. It seems like he has super hearing. Just like Tammy. Let's start with a practice game to see what you're good at. You and Namni are team captains. Pick your team. Choose Cal. Tammy! Can I join? I'm not good at sports. Where should I stand? She asked quietly. You aren't sure. You assign her to tackle back and tell her to stick and glue to the opponent's team offense. Maybe you should get in the way instead of yours. Cal! May I play goalie? Sportsball is fun. Start game. Yeah, I know. We go. We can do this. 0, 1, 1. Next round. This sucks. Can I push through? I'm bummed out. Okay. We're gonna reload. And we're gonna rest. And the next time we're gonna relax in the lounge. Sit alone with your hollow palm. Okay. Forget. Be quiet. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Wait. Here. +1 reasoning, +5 to reasoning, +1 to all flushes. Okay, 8. Okay, now we can go and play sports ball. Pick my team. Tammy! Cal. Start the game. Yeah. We can win. 1, 1, 1. Next. 3, 2, 1, 1. 15. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. Win. Toughness. Tammy tackles Anemone in a brilliant takedown that surprises anyone. She really took to her role as the immovable object. Cal makes an amazing jump save, but is winded down when the ball hits him in the chest. Score is tied, Anemone and Com putting the pressure on. Then bam! You scored a matching point with a red spike all the way from the net line. Get to work. You wake from an afternoon nap. The dream you're in is one you had many times. The air is strangely pink and fluffy, kind of sticky, and you have to push your way through it. It feels like every step takes an eternity. You push through the pink cloud and emerge into a children's crash. A room you know well. You see your friend Tammy standing before an enormous bear made of pure light. It lunges at her. Through her, she collapses to the ground and fainting like a fairy tale princess. You wake with your heart racing. Tammy is leaning where you've been sleeping in a nest of pillow. She shakes your shoulder gently. "Oh, I'm sorry, Tsukamo," she says, as if speaking to a small child. I think you were having a nightmare. Are you okay? Are you? Nothing bad happened in the dream, but you feel sick with dread. Okay, this is the first thing that we can save. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Seiden is making new kind of candy, she says. It's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the crash first. I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? And then I'll save. Go and save Tammy. You sprint down to the hall to the children's crash where the little kids play and learn during the day. It's empty, and the younger kids are all probably eating candy off Auntie Seiden. You spot Tammy tidying up some of the drawing supplies near the craft bins. Above her, a hollow projector displaying an enormous floating teddy bear made of purple light. It bobs silently in the air. Mr. Basworth. A decade of happy memories playing with it flashed through your mind in an instant. Tammy stands up on her toes and reaches for the switch and turns it off. You slam into her, knocking her off her feet onto the ground. At the same moment, the whole project sparks and explodes. The bear disappears and the whole room goes dark. Tammy. Sorry, are you hurt? In the dim emergency light, you see Tammy eyes wide with surprise and fear. She sits up and rubs her elbow, staring at you. Sorry, are you hurt? It's okay, she sniffles. Looks like she might start crying. Why did you do that? I just saved your life. My life? He says. He peers into the dark room, even looking more frightened. How? He tried to explain that the holoprojector was going to shock her, but she doesn't seem to understand. What? How? But it's Mr. Basworth, he says. It's just a toy. She doesn't believe you, but that's okay. You're just happy that you followed your dream and got here in time. You decide not to mention the dream. since she is weirded out already. After a minute, the lights come back on. The projector is dead, a thin trickle of stinky smoke coming from the base. Don't worry, Tammy says, brightening as she gets to her feet. Professor Hell can fix it. He can fix anything. By the time you find the professor and finish cleaning up, you've forgotten all about the pink candy in the cafeteria, saving Tammy. Tang! Who this? Tang says, approaching you with her purpose. We need to discuss my brother. Who this? Yes, this, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing ever since we landed. I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and She trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I'm not on very good terms with my brother of late. But well, people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tang is the one worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. I'll find out. Thank you, Tsukamu, she says, looking relieved for a second before her expression hardens again. I mean, it will be a ridiculous waste of resource if something happened to him, and no one knows where he was or how to find him. Of course, Tang doesn't. Right, of course, Tang doesn't get worried. That's a lie. Tang, we're gonna save him, okay? And cheer up. We're gonna save you. Tammy is sitting down in the grass with her baby on her lap. They are playing nicely with some flowers or a strand of beads in Tammy's hair or something. Tammy keeps gently removing her hair from the baby's mouth. Oh, Tsukamu, she giggles as he joins her. Aren't babies the best? Baby sitting in the living quarters. It could have to be fun. Of course. Okay, I guess. This one, later the baby, like, pee on us. This. You tell this that his sister Tangent wants to know why he's been disappearing. How much? 2. You tell this that his sister wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. His eyes split briefly to yours, then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing where his sister is reading on her hall computing classes. She's worried about you. He doesn't care about me, she says suddenly. Tangent just worried. Just leave him alone. Wait, give me a second. We're not gonna do anything with that, okay? It's not this. We're not gonna talk to him, okay? Wait. Oh god, I have to go through everything again. I'll find out. You have to go again. Okay, of course. Tammy confident, you hold the baby against your shoulder and pat their back the way you've seen parents do sometimes. They let out a satisfying loud belt. You feel a trickle of liquid run down your back, but you don't care, because there's nothing better than that fresh baby smell. You decide you might take Tammy up on that babysitting job. We're not gonna talk to him, okay? So this one, we're gonna save and we're gonna name it this. This. We need to be friends with him, and to be friends with him, you need to be able to go out. 20 bravery or 20 toughness. 20 bravery or 20 toughness. You can tell Com is bending the rules a bit for the younger players, but you don't mind. It's important to start the kids on loving sports while they are still young and have tons of energy and enthusiasm. And Com is really good at getting them to listen and keeping them interested. Besides, Who doesn't want to play a variation of the game where you have to crab walk everywhere, get to work? One, two, two. Good. 1. 3 bravery. Don't worry. We'll save as much as we can. They soft fourth wall. Moth may not be skilled a sports player as an Anemone, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain. This is exactly what she wants. Let's just not pass her the ball. Anemone +5. Fourth wall. 3, 2. Good. That's 1 bravery. 8. Late pollen. We need to be able to explore as soon as possible. Oh, that. And this. That dust is such a hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush vertiginal jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual vermin dirt this week. That sounds neat. He shows you around of rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you expect, but your dad enthusiastically points out that vegetables are ready for harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Batonalia festival is coming out. There'll be a talent show at a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Scamo. What's ball? Okay, 0, 0, 0. Win. Bravery. Vertiminalia. Okay, we can skip that. Bot wrestling. We'll go for bot wrestling. We want to go for toughness a bit. A bot wrestling contest. This has been a classic competition for years on the ship. Someone has rigged up a hydraulic lifting bot to slowly stretch out, increasing in strength over time. The aim is to see how long you can hold it closed using any part of your body before it pops open. Anemone and Carl are competing with you. Carl doesn't like that it's a competition, but he does love bot wrestling. Wrestle that bot. Give me a second, let me try this. 3, 4. How about this? 5. I think this is good. Wait. Go. 30, man. 30. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Dang, that's hard. +2 to a card. Okay, how about this? Damn it. Ah, dang, this is hard. Okay, let me load. Okay, we're gonna play sports ball. And when Batumnalia, maybe we should play, when it's time for Batumnalia, I think what we should do is that, we should go for, the science fair. Present your project, present up. Huh? Like this. 12. 2. 1. 1. Done. 0. Push through. At least we were able to push through. You work hard on your project, it's baking soda. You work hard on your project, it's a baking soda and vinegar volcano. With a twist, you grind up as a native rock as the soda part and use the juice from a native plant for the vinegar part. Could that help with the idea though? Just a little. You use it to explain the native acids and bases of Matumna. They are very strong, so the resulting explosion spreads all over the judges. It's a crowd pleaser, earning a top prize at the science fair. Festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, few days is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. So then I trapped in my room, Anemone says, telling you about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its big were as big as my hand, and yet feelers like, whoa! I was bouncing all over the place, like boing, boing, boing. She gestured excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. The bugs are so big, and they are everywhere. I was gonna give it a tag, she says. He loves gross bug stuff, but she said I should just let it go, because it stung me and I might get a weird mutant power. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I want to see if I get more weird mutant power. So I started jumping around, off higher and higher things, until I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stopped in her track. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. I'm gonna die. I busted up my knees and so itchy when my skills grew in. And don't pick at it. Chief Steward antecedent voice rings across the garrison yard. Pleasant but firming. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship's crash, tugging on her skirts and calling her auntie. Anemone jumped and stand up straight, her hands flying to her side. But Mom, Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Auntie Sedan approaches you both. It's so scratch-tastically itchy. I know, lovely. Auntie Sedan soothes her, patting her down her riotous red hair, but the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hand under her armpit to keep from scratching. What if I want to have cool scales, she pouted. Auntie Sedan smiled indulgently. At the rate you're going, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is studded with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in whenever she gets a cut or scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly. The one she got when she ran headfirst into her food synthesizer back on the ship. Auntie Sedan opens the satchel and pulls a bundle of clothes. The queue for nanoprinters is over a week long, so I patch your pants with scrap from your brother's clothing. Please, try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on her forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes. As she runs through her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then, right there in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out her pants and pulls on the new one. Whoa, I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows, she exclaimed, showing off her new pants. Like when they stencil your kill card on your plane. Or like a cool scar. And everyone grins. Yeah, you get it. My pets are scarred, just like me. Tang. Tangent is watching a construction crew building scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushroot, which is so light. Maybe the animals have heat adaptations? Rolls her eyes. Maybe, but even they do. I haven't seen any sign of intelligent life here. It's just a big dumb xenofauna. Some animals here are smart and friendly. Tang looks skeptical. They're still animals, Kamu. Maybe they are just pretending to be nice so you feed them. You're lucky they didn't eat you. She folds her arm. Those small looks cute, but no one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even a herbivore can be dangerous here. It doesn't have to want to eat you or to be able to hurt you. Together, you watch as the foreman puts the blueprint for the scaffolding onto the loading screen of her holopalm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I like to see an alien do that, Tang says primly. Human looks defenseless and weak, but we are the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. He puts one finger on her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, he says. All of us are really with our genetic enhancement. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic super species. Wait. Okay, it seems that we remember. Tammy. Yeah, everything's carried through. Tammy almost doesn't notice you approach. She bent over her holopalm, intently taking notes until you get close enough that her ear wriggles and looks up surprised. Oh, hello Scammer. She greets you cheerfully. I'm so sorry I didn't see you there. You ask her what she's studying and she flushes pink and tugs on her ear. Oh, I'm not studying, she says. I'm making a list of my friend's favorite things. And what's your favorite color? More. Green. Favorite dessert is... fresh fruit. Tammy carefully notes this as well. What's your favorite toy? My holopalm. Okay, now I know what to get you for your birthday. Ask what her favorite things are. Yellow, dolls, and sweet is cake. Nothing. Okay, we can't be friends with this yet. Conan. Never mind. Give me a second. Next song. Play sports ball. Bravery 11. Toughness 7. This one's about red wanting to use. Stand up to the soldiers. You rip the net of Com's hands. This one here, don't back down. Get to work. Sports ball. Should be like this. $13. Just nice. I'll definitely save you, Tangent. I don't want to let things go like last time. You're gonna be happy. And hopefully that will be if we save this, like hopefully he will see, hopefully that they'll work together. Okay, let me see. supposed to be like this. Push through. Plus 3 to bravery. Okay, one more. And we'll be able to go out. Nothing. Oh, Dad. You're looking a little worn out. This one here? Maybe I just need a hug. Okay, we're gonna go for it, and then we're gonna rest. Sports ball. Get to work. 5. Wait, should be like this. "21. You're having a terrifyingly familiar dream. A monster crushing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving, searching for something. It trampled through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, was looking for something. Tears streaking your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris searching. You wake up shouting, 'No!' But your voice is drowned out by the deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water. It's pouring from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you never experienced it before. This bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be thunderstorm. It's still early in the hours in the morning. You already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now with great peals of thunder like footsteps of angry beasts. Run outside and play in the rain. It's surprisingly warm outside, and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful, and the dusty packed ground has turned to squelchy mud between your toes. You don't go too far from the door to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony. Okay. Now, I think we should rest. Relax. We should relax. I can keep on continuing. Thanks, right? School's important. Tammy nods in agreement. I'm going to stay close to our quarters for now. Took the man off. Both? I want to delete both of them. Okay. We can go to Tonin. I'm brave enough. Uncle Tony blocks your way with a smile. Well, so you are, Uncle Tony exclaims, standing back to admire your pride. You know, I say you might be having a growth spurt, Scummer. You better watch out for they better watch out for you on the sports field. Listen, he tells you, I can see that you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future, but you have to wait for a few years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk through the gates to safety. Psst! What's that? You look around questioningly. Psst! What's this? He's hiding behind some bushes? That's so typical. He puts a finger to his lip and motions for you to follow him. Sure, you figure. Why not? He leads you silently along the walls towards the garrison, then crouches down in the bushes, then suddenly between the sports ball field and the security pavilion to fiddle with something. Suddenly, he's gone. What? You check to make sure that nobody else noticed, then scuttled over to where you last saw him. Behind some popflower bushes, there's a drainage pipe in the wall, big enough to crawl through. A heavy grate keeps animals out, but it's loose. You could slide it aside to get through. You could sneak out. If the adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the subsequent swamps or other cool places surveyors get to go, well, you could sneak through here and explore just the outside of the calling wall. If this does it, how dangerous could it be? Dang. Okay, never mind. Bravery. Okay. Sneak out through the drain pipe. Hi this. You slip through the drain pipe. Events in this area can be done in any order. They won't cause time to pass. Okay, never mind. You slip through the drain pipe and out of the colony before anyone saw you. Anyone, that is, except for the dark form watching you from the trees nearby. Could that be? Is that this? He turns and disappears into the jungle. Now you're sure of it, there was definitely this. He's not allowed to go outside the colony either. Oh man. You scamper after him through the brush, heedless of branches and brambles scraping at your arms and legs. Without a proper envirosuit, you get all scratched up. This kid is fast. You quickly lose sight of this and can't find his trail again. But you do learn something by trying. Let's call him out. You stop yourself. You shouldn't yell too loudly because Uncle Tony or Utopia might hear you. Follow him. This? Your way is blocked by a strange small creature with 1 foot and 4 large eyes, 2 of which blink sideways on top of his head like frog eyes. Oh, this must be a hop eye. You heard that people talk about them, but you've never seen one up close. It suddenly starts flailing around like there's something wrong with it. Even though it was fine a few seconds ago, it keeps pausing to look at you, then goes back to flailing. What's his deal? Challenge. Okay, 3, then it's gonna be easy. Let's use all the blue. Okay, 4, 4, 3, 1. Okay. 2, 2. Okay, super goal. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear the little squeaking noises from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agile little guardian tethers warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. Done. Colony outskirts. The area is muddy from all the recent rain, like real muddy. If you walk further, you're likely to get swallowed by a gruesome puddle of purple muck. Try to walk through it. Tangents focus. Five, 3, 0. Wait. Good. You hop from dry spot to dry spot. Miraculously, you don't fall in. Up to your armpits in mud. At the top of a rise of the east, you think you spot someone watching you. They're dressed in black. Is that this? But they look way too small to be this. Maybe another surveyor? You blink and the figure is gone. Heck over there to find clues. A bushwhack down the valley, and other path to where you thought you saw them standing. Mysterious stranger. No signs of camp or anything obvious like a drop pack. No note saying, I'm watching you. Signed mysterious figure. Spooky. You stew for lunch, eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouse. A watermelon, nice and sweet, like a more solid potato pod. You munch away, spinning out the seeds. Practice spinning seeds. This. You spot this sitting in a clearing, but not before he sees you first. Instead of sneaking away as usual, he stays still as you approach. Like, it's solely natural that he'd be sitting in the middle of jungle so far away from the colony walls. Now that you think about it, you're a little glad to see him. You're so far away you can't see the walls anymore. And it's really weird out here. And it's getting late. This says I'm looking at you as you approach. Hi, it's Gamo, is all he says. Why are you out here? I just really like it out here, he explains, haltingly. It's quiet. No one tries to talk to me. He gives you a sideways look. Well, not as many people, he adds. How about I show you something cool? Sneaking out will be our secret, okay? He jumps up and walks a little ways into the trees. You follow. Just a few minutes away, the ground drops off and a large stone outcropping juts out in the cliff face. This walks right to the edge without slowing. It's a long way down. Come on, he says, try to be brave. Let's see. What about? Pretty good. Okay. What about this? Okay, good. Done. You bravely stop onto the rocks and walk out to the edge with this. You both sit down, feet dangling over the precipice, and look out at the amazing view. It's incredible. You snap a picture with your whole palm, but you won't share it on the net. This is your secret, yours and this. Keep exploring. Keep exploring. Over there. You leave the path and sneak through a strand of marsh trees to one of the little sawmills dotting this area. It's a small but busy operation. 3 people feeding marsh dog into some kind of machine, while a 4th one directs a 4-legged robot with a plasma saw mounted on the front. Stay and watch what they're doing. You stay out of sight and watch how they do it. When one tree crashes down, it almost seems like the others are wincing. It's probably just your imagination though. There are plenty new ones or leaving any behind. You know the marsh trees regrow every year, but can you still regrow when you cut down everything like this? Even the smaller trees and bushes are getting ground for mulch. With a scary big grinding that sounds like a roaring beast, the entire process makes you uneasy, but also proud of how industrious your calling is. Keep exploring. We go back from that side. Go home. Reset this. Hold the stream for Mars. It looks good out there. Glow season. I dare to eat this worm. Oh yeah? This counters. Well, I double dare you to eat this worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hawpie. Slimy, unsatisfying, very gross. This eats like a noodle, slurping it up and wrinkling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then show you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who feels nothing. We need to relax. Tangent. Tanya is quietly reading her hall palm. You pop down beside her and ask her what she's reading. Multicellular biology, she says. Frowning at the interruption, if you insist on sitting near me, you could at least do it quietly. No problem. You open up your holopalm and find a textbook of whole earth poetry. It's never a bad idea to do a little independent study. Though she's a little prickly, you can tell Tang appreciates the company. I don't like sports ball. The one is... Okay, monsters. Help fight. Give me a second. Oh. Oh, dang it. Okay, failed. Combat 10 or greater. Security Chief Red and 3 officers are defending the door to the command wing. They're too busy to notice you because of terrifying insectoid creatures flashing at them with razor-sharp forelegs. The monster kicks one of the officers and her rifle flies out of her hand. It skidded across the gun towards you. Throw the rifle back to her. You do, and the security officer shoots the monster in the side. It scuttles away, leaving the trail of bright blue blood that glows faintly in the perpetual night. After the all clear is called, you decide not to tell your parents on how close you got to the fighting. You know your mom would be furious. After 2 weeks of darkness with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile, while other species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. Hmm. 11 kudos, 20 stress. 5 loyalty. Don't worry. What's this? Dare you to go to the restricted area. Dang. You tell Tanya you know where this has been going. You tell her she's been sneaking out to explore the jungle, not far away from, but outside the walls. Tang looks concerned. Really? She says, wringing her hand. You see, safe? I'll keep him safe. She eyes you skeptically. Full of offense, Scummo. But you're just a kid. She replies. However, I suppose it's good to know that he isn't alone out there. Expedition. Play sports ball. Nah. Study. Stress yourself a bit. Study humanity. There's some sort of emergency in engineering that requires high attention, so today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence Congruence. Good morning, Congruence ship. Today we're going to talk about formation of a terminal group and our decision to leave Earth. It is a very exciting topic, and we think you're finally ready to hear about it. Let's dig in. You know how it started. Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatred, had thrown Earth into chaos. And you know how it ended. In that chaos, your parents formed a terminal group, and we have planned to leave Earth. 20 years later, they and their starborn children, you slid through a wormhole and ended up here, on a planet called Batumna. And there's so much you don't know. Congress pulls up a hollow projection on an unassuming human with a firm maternal gaze. This is Tectonic Extended's Wang Judgment, he said, the spiritual leader of the Batumna movement. They were what people call a speculative fiction writer. The Batumna project proved that their writing through speculative was far from fiction. Wait, a sci-fi author? Yes, Congress tells you. The best-selling novel Life Beyond the Einstein-Rosen Bridge told the story of a fictional utopia on the other side of the real-life anomaly at the edge of the solar system. Scientists had been investigating the wormhole for years, but it took a poet to imagine we could travel through it. Wang Smith's writing centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world. Translated to 100 languages, it was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in word space. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid amid the increasing unrest of their own country. They were committed to Wang Smith's idea of a future where everyone is treated equally without prejudice. But they realized it couldn't be done online, congruence tell you. So, committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a truly egalitarian society while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse context of their real lives. They realized that this was the work of generations, and the solution must look for the future, as Wang Smith did. Oh, so they got together. The image of squat concrete building with a rooftop garden replaces Wang Smith. Around the edges of the classroom, the hollow projectors give the impression of towering walls toppled with razor wire. The first VTuber colony, congruence tell you. 400 people volunteered to sacrifice their own cultural belief to walk through this door, agreeing to come up with a new way of life that will be taught to their children. Babies were conceived from egg and sperm donors chosen by lottery, and raised communally like you as the second generation of a VTuber group. Those babies were your parents. Huh? Wait, was this some kind of a cult? Yes! What? Congress tells you clearly. The VTuber group was widely considered to be a non-religious cult. Membership was outlawed in some countries. Tectonic ascendant Wang Smith was later assassinated for their connection to the group, and the ensuing violence affected many lives. You think your mother and her prosthetic leg and how she rarely talked about her life on Earth. The hollow projection now shows a compound under siege. As more colonies were founded, word got out about the VTuber group's social experiments, congruence continues. Assimilation was an unpopular ideology at the time, because it had been used to commit terrible genocide on Earth. This combined with the panic that the VTuber group was destroying the family unit or raising an army with gene-tech super soldiers brought the colony under attack on all sides. Everyone fears what they don't understand. The image of burning compound is based with the stratospheric on the launch pad. Luckily, the next phase of VTuber project was ready to launch. 100 colonists were selected to leave Earth on a colony ship, to seed a far-flung corner of the universe with a new human culture. So this is why we get the fact that, you know, Tang's mom is easy to say, a deadbeat of sorts. Okay, but like I think her real mom is Instance. Maybe. You okay? He smiles. The ultimate goal of a VTuber group was you children, he says. A generation raised completely unburdened by troubles that plague Earth. Isn't that lovely? But how did they build the ship? Orbital voyages were a hobby for ultra-rich in an earlier century, so there were several relics to be found in museums, Congruence replied. The difficulty was not in acquiring a ship, but in making it space-worthy in the logistics and the launch itself. The group crowdsourced enough money to purchase and repair the ship, Congruence smiled. As for logistics, well, you're speaking to the solution right now. I was acquired by connected group members, along with the gene tech that created you and your parents. The Stratospheric was the first manned vessel to navigate the wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Given the state Earth was in when it left, it may have been the last. What was Earth like when they left? Terrible. Congress shows you some dire demographic. The institution had given people the illusion of safety were torn down, and wars were rampant, both resource-based and ideological. Large parts of the Earth were rendered uninhabitable by the climate change, pollution, and nuclear war, especially the critical food-growing regions of the world. The Batuna group weren't the only ones trying to escape Earth, but as far as we know, we are the only one. We are the only success, so nobody was like us. The Batuna group may have a unique culture, Congress replied, but it's formed from a combination of many heritages from Earth. Even the language you speak, Esperanto, was invented to bring people together. Don't worry, Congress explained. You brought your best heritage with you. You're human. So much information. The Batuna group. Your head is so stuffed with ideas it might burst. Professor Hell and Paris never mentioned this stuff before. They waited to tell you because they wanted you to grow up without feeling different on your genetic makeup or your family history. It's hard to imagine having a different culture than your neighbors. You wonder what it's like. Everyone celebrating different holidays, eating different food, speaking different languages. Are you missing out? Or are you better without it, like the original colonists believed? It's hard to say, so as the decision was made for you long before you were born, all you can do is to be the best scum you can be. For ding. Okay. 5 if equal, eh? Okay, equal. So 5 kudos. Okay, birthday. Bubble food. Gum is not allowed outside the gate. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know about that. We know it's out there now. I saw the glow attack coming. Your mom holds her head. Not this again, she groans. Skamu, you're too old for this. You can't live in your weird fantasy world, making up stories to get attention. I don't think he's making it up, your dad says sadly. Changwoo has been through a lot. Doctors used to say it's normal for people who experience trauma to come up with narratives when they've been in control. You tune them out. You heard them have this discussion before. When they think you're asleep. Your mom thinks you're being childish. Your dad thinks you're sick. No one ever believes you, and it only makes things worse. Even still, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Red offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Your mom gives a stern look, and I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the wall, he says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What, me? Never. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts. Relax. Delete the one. Okay, we gotta sneak out. I think we're gonna get new stuff, you know. New events every year. Some farmland has spilled outside the wall. The fields don't look like they're doing well. Nobody's around now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. There are some meager looking crops ready for harvest, but anyone is starting to get at them. Try to plant something. You're just a kid playing being a farmer. You mess around for a few hours, planting something that looks like seeds, but Unlikely that any of them will actually grow here. Nope. See. You let your mind wander as you're walking and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass, totally transparent. The sticky fronds are hard to see but even harder to ignore, especially once they start gluing onto your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You suddenly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of blob grass field. There aren't many. Just an absence of another vegetation. Okay. Bad news. Okay. Look for a path through it. So, okay, we gotta be friends with this. Huh. Next. Next. Okay, made it. Well, that's more than enough. Perception up. There it is. You can hop along that rock to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You get through the villainous blob grass. You spend a bunch of time on it though. It takes some time, some tricky balancing. It's tiring. New perk. All collected flow. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Thank you. The spark snow has been drifting around you all day, igniting teeny sparks where it touches the ground, but now it really started coming down hard. Hard like hail, not soft like snow. Except this hail ignites, more like explodes or contact with solid. Why something to use as an umbrella? You break off a large leaf on the long stem and hold it over your head. It makes a pleasant kind of thrum as the drops splatter on it. Dude, this is a lot. I don't think I can finish it. I stumble into... There's something here, something invisible that makes the hairs on your arms stand on end, like an electric aura. As you walk forward, it begins to feel like something is nipping at your ankle. But when you look down, there's nothing there. You back away. The sensation stops. You move forward. Oh, it's worse. The feeling is like tiny electric bites, and it's growing more intense. Some kind of microscopic gnats, an electric field of some sort. It hurts, but maybe we can find a way to avoid it and get through this area. Perceive it. Okay. Yeah, I know what to do. Good. Huh. Let's go crazy with it. Super goal. Perception plus 3. By trial and error and a little intuition, you find a route through whatever it is. The shock seems stronger near some low-lying fractal palms. You can hear humming from the palms, and maybe decide it was some kind of natural electric field. Maybe to ward animals like you. It's what a suspiciously regular amount of spark snow. Maybe something is very underneath. Could be dangerous though. Poke with a stick. They cautiously break off the branch and prod through the suspicious mound, watching closely for signs of movement. Nothing. You poke further and discover it's in fact just a regular pile of snow. Nothing more. Damn, I didn't saw this last time. Something there. Tonin! Geoponic engineers have set up work sites here, using the roboplow to tear up the ground and prep it for farming. You don't want to see them to see you. They'll send you home for sure. Sneak past them. Wait, I'm at 90. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just go for Tonin. Let's go for Tonin. You spot Uncle Tonin, the chief surveyor Tonin that is bumbling about, preparing some automatic survey equipment in a clearing. He's very cautious, jumpy even, but he's making a lot of noise. Every few minutes he's paused to listen and check out his surroundings, then go back to banging away. He shouldn't be hard to avoid if you don't want to get caught sneak past him. Simple. Next. 3, 3, 2. Super goal. Next round. Super goal. For perception. The snake pass use survey Tony easily while he makes noise and ducking down when he stops to check his surroundings. Until one other continue, you have to go back home now. You crawl through the big drainage pipe behind the sports wall, carefully sliding the metal gate back into place, and then you carefully check that the coast is clear. Good thing, because Uncle Tony is passing by on his way to the garrison. They curl up in the shadows and wait for him to leave. That was close. Okay, we gotta rest. Pollen. Ooh. Dad. You met your dad adjusting a watering pot. Sniff the pollen. They look harmless. How to save Dad? Like, Dad is gonna die because of the pollen. How can we save him? Okay, let me check something. Guide. Let me see. How should we walk through? Oh my god. Saving Tammy, saving Uncle Tony, saving Mom. As possible, I try to clear out there. It should be event when you discover that the crowd is edible sponge cake with 20 biology and 20 perception. The location might be random because I've encountered it in 2 different places. Okay, saving that. You need to forage at the valley during the pollen season. Do it as soon as possible. Ideally, you can combine this with saving Mom. Okay. Becoming governor. Mending Tang. Mending Tang and business relationship. Berserk career at the quarters. Breakfast bar. To do that, you need to be friendly. At year 6. Once his bar is finished, in year 17, do an activity in the quarters to trigger the event. From there onward, it's mostly working cafe to trigger all the signals. It goes Tag this, tag this, tag this. Okay, good. I think like I'm reading through how to save that, and it seems that they give a bit of like how to mend their relationship. I'm definitely gonna go with that. Okay, fine. Work hard to solve me. Done. We took the month off. Pick this one out. Next month. Nothing. Okay, if you ask me, I would rather go out. We go out. Sneak through the drain pipe. We're gonna check out everything this time. Colony outskirts. Ooh, something. Medicinal roots. Wait, there's something there. Is stop for lunch. Eating at Earth Creek. Okay. Wait. Blue. Because this place can be the rest place. You can relax there. Sneak past them. Wait, we'll leave this for later. Four. Wait. Not bad. Three. Yeah. Super goal. Oh hi Kancha. Okay. Right now I'm on my second run playing this game. So the thing about this game, it's like Steins Gate, where you have the ability to perceive your past. Like in a sense, you're gonna get deja vu, just like Okabe have, okay, in Steins Gate. And when you start the new run or you reload the previous save, like, you know, hey, this happened before. Maybe like you can save somebody, okay? And in this game, a couple of people will die, but like I say, if you play your cards right, you can save them. If you play your cards right, okay? And sometimes like you can't save them on your first run. You need to like get some knowledge, okay? Yeah, a time travel front. It's not like time travel because like you like it goes one way, okay? So okay, this is just a bit of a spoiler, but this happened on your first year, okay? So like this girl here, since it's the first year, I can spoil a bit, okay? And thing is that during the first run, okay, your very first run, this girl, like she's supposed to die because what happened is that and it's the most easiest person for you to save is that she since this is a futuristic, you know, setting, okay, and you are living at a new colony in a different planet, okay, so everything is very high tech, okay, and they use basically like a 3D printer, okay. And the thing is that what's happening is that she wanted to make a toy, okay? She wanted to make a toy, but then the nano printer malfunctions, and then like they explodes or shocks, okay? And she died that way. But the thing is that if you load the previous save, okay, just right before it happened, and then later like you can just, oh, we need to save her, and you ram at her and then say, huh? What happened? Why did you do that? Okay, so that you can make up excuses, so like that, okay. Okay, yeah, you like I say, like you can't actively like choose, okay, I want to go back to when I'm 10 years old, I want to go back when I'm 12 years old. So you can't do that, but like you can prepare yourself with knowledge, with what's gonna happen. So this one is another spoiler, but like the thing is that when the ship landed on this planet, like something is wrong with the shield or something, and basically when it passes the wormhole, like a part of the ship get blown up or something like that. Okay, and so so when you land on the planet, like they lose a part, in other words, like a facility of it is blown up. Okay, like basically you're not at full strength. Okay, like in order for you to be able to fix that, you need to jump through a couple of hoops. Okay, and like in order for you to get to fix it, is that you, in that run, you need to let somebody die, and then like you'll be able to trigger event. Okay, so that when you return to it and you fulfill all the requirements, like you can fix it. Like people that you are not supposed to be close to in the beginning, but because you have previous knowledge. Okay, and if you check earlier in the stream, like there's a part that that the main character had a vision saying that, wait, he saw a lot of people, some people wearing like lab coats, some people, you know, become like the surveyor slash the soldier, some people become like a barista. But then he says, oh, all of them are me. Okay, just that, in other words, like they show the different possibility of like because you are playing. Okay, so like you can become whatever that you choose, because as you can see, I have a lot of stats over here. Okay, and like of course some jobs they require to have, for example, like engineering. Okay, or you want to be like the scientist, engineering plus biology. Okay, or you want to be like the surveyor, you need to have perception and maybe combat. And like, or you want to be like the farmer, you need animal and biology. So all of these things will mix and match together. Like this is my second run, and this time, like in the first run, I was with Tangent. Okay, and like, but the thing is, Tangent, like I was actually at max with her. Okay, but something bad happened to her brother, okay, and she seemed fine. Okay, she seems fine. The fact that like she said, oh, where's my stupid brother of mine? Okay, is he out? Is he out again? Let's just make sure. Okay, let's just hope he doesn't die and stuff like that. Okay, but at the ending, she was quite heartbroken by she didn't help this out. She didn't mend her relationship. So this time, on my second run here, I want to like mend both of the relationship, and like they become family again, and I hope that I can be with her, because she's my number one character that I'll like to have romance with. Okay, yeah, really miss Tangent. Like it says that like whatever we do, that she's gonna end up dumping me, but I don't believe that. There's definitely gotta be one happy ending for us. There's definitely gotta be one happy ending for us. And I consulted the guide a little bit. You hear a sad hiccuping sound and follow it to find a sick Hawkeye. It's hunched down low, its foot completely nestled under its body, and it's shivering uncontrollably. Its enormous eyes around its roll around in confusion and fear at your approach. Try to take it home with you. Okay, and then like this part is like the basically when you do something, you have an event, you're gonna receive a memory, okay, a card in a sense. So you're going to basically like play it to reach the goal. Like there's numbers here, like there's also pairs, there's also flush. So depending on how you play it, like you're gonna be, in a sense, okay, let me see, that you have to like mix and match. So like see, this two is pair for both of one, and this one here, card becomes physical red. So if I put it here, it becomes red, and I can combo with this. Card becomes physical red. Okay, let me see, maybe like this. Okay, 14. Let me see. Something that can make it red. Okay. Okay, then it sucks. I can't do much. Okay. But then here, as you can see, things are not looking good. So that you can use the items that you found on the floor, like to boost it a little bit. Maybe I should, because like I don't want to get too stressed up. If you get too stressed up, like you can't do much, and I'm exploring. I know it's the same thing. The hop-eye hisses and tries to bite you. It doesn't want to be touched. You throw your jacket over it, then carefully pick it up and put it in your pack. You crack the zipper a bit to give it some fresh air. Your dad helps you to make it a little nest for it in an empty part of the geoponic barn. Every day you bring it food and water and gradually nurse it back to health. Cal takes an active interest in the recuperation. Utopia says that hoplites don't really have a gender, he says, as you were washing out the pen together. Or maybe she said, they are both, and they are really social. So what are you going to name them, he asked. Mrs. Hoppington. Sir Hops a lot. Optimus Prime. Let's check out something else first. I want to name him Optimus Prime. Fine. That's type Optimus Prime. That's a pretty nice name, you know. Cal offers the Hopeye a piece of baba fruit. Cute! Optimus Prime plucks the fruit from Cal's hand and hops into your lap to snuggle down and nibble on it. Cal snaps a photo with his whole palm and shares it, captioning "Friends for life." Gain one less stress, one bonus to pairs. Oh, this is good. Okay, I need to change my gear. You're finishing breakfast in the common area where Marzipan struts in. Looking at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I bet you don't even know what day today is. Okay, here is another thing. As you can see from past life here, there's a choice here that says past life. Valentine's Day. No, you dummy. Mars stops, then pauses and gives you a suspicion. Wait, what did you say? Well, anyway. Today, she announces to the room. It's St. Valentine's Day. Liz and Tammy wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, okay, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow and makes you dream about the one who you're going to marry. And they are decoration of hearts and arrows. And pigs! Tammy cocks her head. Why pigs? Before Mars can answer this is dumb. Marzipan just made it up so he can get free candy. He rolls his eye and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts back, well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. Valentine's Day sounds like fun. Tammy nods enthusiastically, her hair bobs dangling. I'm gonna tell the other kids about it, Mark says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day, or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Yay! We have a top eye! Goodbye. Okay. Up eye! Tang! Tanyan is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her hollow palm where you have to match for a number. Sometimes I dream we grew old together. You try to explain about a recurring dream you have, but the two of you are much older and intimate. She gives you a thoroughly skeptical look. Like we're boyfriend and girlfriend? Is this some kind of game? No, I'm serious. You tell her that you're totally serious, and it's more like you are married in the dream. Also, it isn't really a dream. It's more like a memory of the future, and how she sometimes wishes she was an AI. And about the cute little birthmark on her tummy in the shape of a question mark. You tell her you just have to be best friends, to make sure it happens. You start to breathe. Tang raises an eyebrow. You're stranger than I realized, Scummo. I'm not sure how you could know all those things, but okay, it's intriguing, I give you that. I'll say yes to this best friend thing, and see where it goes. Tang. Nobody picked her. Of course I choose Tang over you. Tang's cute. You catch Cal at the gate. He's carrying a big bucket of rock. Hi, Scummo, he exclaimed. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. Oh, and hello to you, Optimus Prime. Geoponics. I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near the Geoponics now. We can run around all we want, and nobody will say we are trumping the fields. You should come play there too sometime. And bring Optimus Prime. You'll love it. Optimus Prime. For now, let's register for engineering classes? Why not? Engineering classes. Yeah, we should go for this. Creativity and persuasion. You're bringing supplies to Med Bay when you see something unusual. Tanya curled up on her bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump to Anemone. Whoa, Anemone says. She's hardly ever sleeps. Like just a couple of hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tanya and slowly peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Shh. Tang Holopalm beats a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and is annoyed. Just a power nap, he says. No reason to balk. Get to work. Wait. I think maybe like this. Ding! Next month. Early dusk. Always check for any event. Guess not. Ooh. Log. Humanities. You were doing creative writing themes. Your pair with Mars, you wish it was tagged. She always does so well on these. The theme is Earth Natural Environment. Mars takes the topic at face value and wants to write about how beautiful everything was on Earth, with blue skies and green plants everywhere, and huge oceans that went forever. It always looks gorgeous in the carefully staged movies you see on Volunteer. Write about climate problems instead. Mars wants to write about Earth's large forests and deep jewel-like oceans, but you stop her. Wasn't Earth basically on fire when your parents left? You decide you should spend extra time researching how things were. You heard the basics from congruence, but what was it actually like? You ask her for all the information she has on the ecological collapse on Earth. Well, congruence replied, first, carbon emissions trap the heat of the sun, which raised the global average temperature. You ask her to stop so you can look up to carbon emissions, and she continues. So the polar ice melted and the oceans rose and become too warm to sustain life. Mass weather disruption caused grassland to become desert, then the bees died, and so did everything they used to pollinate. Food instability caused wars to break out. By the time your parents left Earth, everything was essentially either underwater or on fire most of the year, or irradiated. Learning all of this stresses you out. All of that just because you people want to drive in cars and own lots of stuff made in faraway places, and have big families and keep their big houses at the same temperature all year round. And all by burning dirty mud they dug out of the ground. Would it happen here too? You get too bummed out to present your findings, but Mars steps up. She gets a few facts messed up, but presents it well. She ends on a high note. She doesn't think the mud here on Botuna is as flammable as that weird mud they had on Earth. So, no problem. You don't get an amazing grade. Marks accept this with grace, but still think you should have done better if you have gone with her idea. Win. Okay, but Terminalia? Your dad, the second cultivator, stands and gives sheepishly. Bot wrestling biathlon. Let's try this. Start the biathlon. Anemone and Kyle joins you for the bot wrestling biathlon. So called because Com added hologram obstacle course this year. Competitors will get a turn to wrestle a hydraulic bot, trying to keep it close for as long as possible. This time, though, all competitors will have to sprint across the festival ground, dodging and leaping over obstacles. Each obstacle triggered will subtract from the time. Start the biathlon. Okay, next. Damn, this is hard. Okay. Then I think I should reload. I guess science fair is my best. Humanity. Run with Mars's idea. Writing an essay. Mars takes the creative part of creative writing literally, describing Earth's large forests and verdant plains and deep jewel-like oceans with reverence bordering on the obscene. She's pretty passionate about it, so you let her do most of the work. Mars insists she gets to present it to class. This too is a good idea. Mars is a born presenter. You aren't sure if it's totally based on fact, but it's well received by your classmate and your teacher. You get a handful of kudos for doing good work. Okay. Science fair. Present your project. Card becomes blue. Wait. What about this? 5, 3, 2, 0. Okay. For heart becomes mental blue. Huh. Ah, God. I need to win. Okay? Because that way you'll give us a lot of stuff. A good card, like just now, the +5. Okay, let's rest here. We do have Mr. Hopeye. You and Carl walk through the park, a special place set aside for a growing ornamental plant from Earth. Has grown from precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years above the stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Batuna. Almost nothing here is grown for food. So many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Carl says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red clouds with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. My mom worked really hard on this. My mom brought these flower seeds from Earth and somehow found time to cultivate them here, even though there was so much work to do on the farm. It goes to show that there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so weird. Since you've never seen Earth, many of these plants are more alien to you than Batuna native species. You've seen them in hollow bits, but you don't know their names or anything. Light purple cloud. These are incredible like antecedent special lavender soy cake. This must be what antecedent uses to flavor them. Oh, is this lavender? Neat. This is it's so peaceful. Cal breathes in a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty flower in particular is flourishing here, the Astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even the native plant do, covering the path and blast with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. Okay, take out the delusion. Okay. Wait, what did I get? Quad wrestling biathlon. Huh. Nope. Wait. Yeah, this one is good enough. Cards become physical red. Wait. Like this. Card becomes physical red. Oh, so the last card it must be over here. Damn, this is hard. 70 stress. Push through. Wait, this is the biathlon. Why not? But biathlon champion. Well, look at you go. You do it. You did it. Okay. You didn't expect the hologram obstacle to move. The last one dances around and gets in your way when you get close, but your reflexes are fast enough to dodge it. Calm hoots and hollers proudly at you when you absolutely destroy the competition. Even the anemone has to begrudging accept you beat her at fair and square. She shakes your hand and tells you she'll win next year. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony. Okay, take off the dust. Relax on the wall. Okay. Next one. Okay, we have a hop by us. Okay, let's sneak out. Let's sneak out. Come on. Sneak out. Ha ha ha. Quite a lot of stuff to do here. Not this one yet. That was the place to relax. Oh. How about the other side? A nearby pond has dammed up and washed out the path here. The path continues to the other side. Bravely jump over it. Bravely challenge. Huh. Wait, I got an idea. Oop. Nice. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 2. How about this? This one is better. Oh wait, what about this? Eight. Yeah, 8 is good. Oh, now this is great. Super goal. Bravery. You bravely fall and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, so but victorious. Good. There in the clearing, the most majestic creature you've ever seen. It's like a unicorn from your dad's storybook, but with leathery reptile skin and shines when the light hits it. It moves so softly, it doesn't even disturb the ground. It could be dangerous, but you want to see what it does. Let's see. Be as quiet as possible. Like this. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Go. 3, 2, 1, 4. Super goal! As you settle to watch it from behind a strand of marsh trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfect still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out the good tree and rubs the sand gland in its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like crystal waterfall on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. You quietly take a picture with your hollow palm, but you know you can't share it or you get caught for sneaking out. Next, it sharpens its horn against a rock, which is scored with marks from having done this before. It must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice the bulge in the stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. You quietly sneak away. This was so wonderful, but Tuna is a magical place. The planet is full of all sorts of bugs, little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, and snaily things. Oh my, you crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see, you don't even know what any of the things are. They might not even have names yet. Touch one. Oh, you touched it. But it's no. We come across a cluster of mush trees. They are not fully grown yet, but they're still pretty big. It might be good to harvest them before they get all gross and mushy during the rainy season. If you're older, you could probably cut them down and get some tutors for them. Give them a friendly pet. You like the mushroom. You give one pet and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree though, but a camouflage creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks like a little octopus or a starfish, lots with long legs wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. Okay, for now, why don't we just rest here? Maybe not, practice eating seeds. Is there any more events? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah. So why don't we go back? Go home. Thus, next month. Tang. Tang is in deep conversation with one of the other scientists. He seems to be consoling her. Are you okay, Tangent? I'm fine. I hate being patronized too. I hate being young, she sighs bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have... Okay, this one here, I feel like I should say people make mistakes too. What's wrong with him being nice? I don't need people to be nice to me, to mothers. I need them to respect me, that's the difference. What I don't need, she continued icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me, I think it's better to say people make mistakes. But it is okay to make mistakes. Tang shoves the sanitizer back to her bag. Don't you understand? He says, frustration seeping into her voice. If we never feel the pain of failure, if there's no cause to it, why would we ever improve? I need to own up to my own mistake. I think like it's best to say that so that you know like, hey, I still love you even if you mess up a little bit. You're looking for Carl in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else. One of the younger kids, they are blindfolded. Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cyrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cyrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cyrus grabs his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not his fault, Cal says. He didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a second, I want to teach you what to say. Cal turns to you as Cyrus leaves. Sorry, Scubble, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cyrus a new game, but he's more like an anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know. He steals to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kind of games other than sports ball. No winners or losers. Just want to have fun with my friend. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play it? Let me check my schedule. Yes! Cal smiles like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first you put on this blindfold. Okay. Cafeteria. Do your best. Get it right. Can you trust him? Done. Okay. Ooh, this. Let's look at this. This is sitting near the grass near the big gate that leads out to the jungle. He's just staring out of nothingness and picking absent-mindedly at the weeds. He pretends not to notice as you approach. Are you okay? This glances up at you. He sees your look of honest concern, which seems to make him angry. He frowns in disgust. That's such a stupid question. Why do people keep asking me that? I was just trying to be nice. He feels defensive. Why is this always like this? You remember at his 8th birthday, this was acting like this. when Anemone asked him what's wrong when he just started crying and ran to the room. Then he wouldn't come out. Everyone had to leave early, and you didn't even get cake. The next year, he refused to even have a party, so nobody got cake either. Wanna play a game? He draws his chin up, knees up his chin. Not really. With a bill of fort? Nope, I just want to be alone. Damn it! Do you want to play a game? Hollow palm game. Nope. I don't think he likes sports ball. Let's try again. Just sit next to him. He shifts uncomfortably as you sit, but doesn't say anything. You both just hang out and staying and doing nothing. You stare at the big gates. The grass in the colony is trimmed short by garden pots. Out there, it's wild and as high as your wrist. Head surveyor Tony is prepping his equipment for an outing. He's bringing a lot. Maybe he's going to stay out overnight. You start to wonder if this will ever acknowledge you as you say, I've gotta go. As he starts downhill, this is a good spot. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. Never mind. Okay, I think this is where I'll end. Okay? Like I remember that Tonin is gonna be it's going to be next on the chopping block. So this time we're gonna save him, okay? So when we get back on Thursday on Wednesday, we're gonna save him, okay? Like I say, this second one here is gonna be like to man, Tang, and Dis's relationship, and then we're going to basically be going for her as well. And this time we're gonna go for a bit of Nomi, but not too much, okay? That's the plan. So yeah, I'll end the stream here, and I'll see you next time, okay? Tonight I'm only planning to have another stream, okay? Regarding Grey Heritage. I think by tomorrow or Wednesday we'll finish that game, okay? And then I can move on to the Marvel game. So with that said, see you guys next time. Bye bye.